An evil monster has trapped you inside of a cage and debates whether he should eat you or not. He feels sorry for you, so he gives you a key, but it has a missing thing. It misses the X. So he gives you a problem and says that if you can find the X in the problem, he'll let you plug that X into the key and unlock the lock and walk free without him actually eating you. So, with the powers of geometry, we should be fine, and that will be his biggest mistake, to give you a geometry problem, because we're both geometers. So let's do this. He gives us the information that point P and I are the centers of their circle. So we can say that P is the center of this circle and I is the center of this circle. With that information, we can say that SP is congruent to PI. This is just information that we've learned. We can also say something else, that SI would equal IN. But you're like, hey, there's no line, but we can draw that line in. So, after we draw that line in, these two would be congruent. That would give us two congruent triangles. But before we keep moving on, we are also given two angles. We're given that angle P equals 5x, and angle N is x. So all of the information is acknowledged, and we can keep moving forward. So, because the radius equals radius, we are given two congruent sides for this smaller triangle. We're also given the congruent sides for this larger triangle by just drawing a line in, SI. So now we have two isosceles triangles. And an isosceles triangle theorem tells us that the base angles are equal to each other, or congruent to each other. So x here was given. So with that x, we can say that this also equals x. From that, we can solve for this angle. And you might be wondering why, but I'll tell you in the future. So, we can just write an expression here, 180 minus 2x, which is just 180 plus x, but you have to put the parentheses around the x plus x. That would give you the negative 2x. And now we just have to build from the given. So, we have a lot of complexity in this drawing, but let's not let that faze us. So, from this expression that we just wrote, 180 minus 2x, we can use this straight angle right here and say that 180 minus parentheses 180 minus 2x would give us this angle right here. And this is why we're solving for that angle, because this is also an isosceles triangle, which means that if we have an expression for this angle, we have this angle, which we can use the triangle sum theory and just figure out what x is. But before it gets too complicated, let's solve this expression right here. So we can distribute that negative 1 in, which would give us 180 minus 180 plus 2x. And those 180s would just cancel out, leaving a positive 2x. Now we just have to solve for x. Using the triangle sum theory, we can say that 5x plus 2x gives us 180. So 5x plus 2x gives us 9x. And 180 just brought down. Then you just divide by 9, and you get x is 20. So we can plug that number into our key, and poor evil monster will have to find someone else to eat. So, be awesome as a geometer, and I'll see you next time.